Hi and welcome to my garden. Temperature check. So as you can see, it's about 8 degrees outside. So let's have a look what's the temperature in my garage. So we're back in the garage. So what's the temperature here? Well, it's not even 9 degrees. So as you can see, the difference between outside and inside is about 1 degree. So if it's -1, it's absolutely freezing here. So my first idea, what to do, insulate the garage doors, and that's what we're gonna do today. To see if the insulation of the garage doors made any difference to the heat generated in garage, we'll do a small test. It's obviously by all means no science, I am not a scientist at all, but hopefully will give us a good indication if it worked or not. This is the electric heater I've been using in my garage, and we're going to use it to test if the insulation of the garage doors actually made any impact on the temperature inside the garage itself. So how this is going to work, I'm going to leave it running for about an hour. When I come back, we'll test the temperature in the garage. Then I'm going to open both doors to release all the heat from the garage. I'll insulate the garage doors, run the heater for another hour, and we'll see if the temperature is higher or lower. Hopefully that will give us an indication if it actually was worth to insulate the garage doors. There is still a lot of gaps within the construction of the garage, but we'll have to start somewhere. Check it out! Before we get to the video, just a quickie guys, just bear with me here for a second. I just want to thank you, all of you that subscribed to my channel, especially in the last month. YouTube changed its policy where the threshold for monetization of the channel it actually went from 10,000 views to 4,000 hours watched and 1,000 subscribers. So everybody that helped me in the last month to push it across that threshold, thank you very much. I just want to let you know that I made it, and it's all thanks to you, nobody else. Thank you so much. But at the same time, I just want to ask you for a little bit more, another favor from you. One of my friends, Australian guy, he's got an absolutely brilliant YouTube channel. He started more or less same time as I did. The channel's name is Sumo's Project. Absolutely brilliant channel, and the bloke is awesome as well, so funny. So basically, he is still under the threshold of 1,000 subscribers. So what I want to ask you guys, please subscribe to his channel. I'll leave the link somewhere up here, and there will be another one in below. Go and subscribe now. Go on, do it. Go and have a look. Do it now. You can come back later to my video. Come back later. So hopefully now subscribe to Sumo's Project. As you've probably seen, he's got some awesome videos worth watching. But let's get to my video. Let's get them doors insulated. Okay, so it's been an hour, so it's time to switch the heater off. So what's the temperature? 10 degrees. So 10 degrees, so it's only 2 degrees more with the heater on than it's actually outside, and it's been without the heating. So not much of an improvement with the heater, to be absolutely honest with you. So what I'm going to do now, so the next step in this experiment is actually we're going to leave the garage as is with no heating for an hour, and we'll see how quick or how much the temperature will actually drop. And that will give us an indication later on when we're going to be checking all this, when the doors will be insulated. We'll see if there's any difference at all. Right then, so as we wait for that hour to pass, I'm going to show you what we're actually going to be using to insulate the garage doors. Well, it's this Thermawrap. It's very thin, it's only 3mm thin, as you can see. Obviously it's very flexible. It's got this reflective coating, not sure if you can see it correctly. Hopefully you can. So basically it looks like your, well, aluminium foil that you use for cooking in your household. Obviously it's a bit thicker and it's got some bubbles inside, God knows what it is. So basically, allegedly, it helps to reduce carbon footprint. Yeah. Light, well, flexible and fast installation, we'll see. Keeps your house warmer in the winter, hopefully, and keeps your house cooler in the summer. Well, that would be quite a good benefit, wouldn't it? So we'll see how it goes. The fitting of this, obviously they are showing loads of different ways you can actually fit this, but I don't think they actually thought I'm going to be using that on a garage door, so they're not thought how to fit that on the garage doors. So what I thought to myself, basically it's just a foil really. So they do recommend some double-sided tape. I'm not too fan of that because double-sided tape on metal probably not going to work that well. So we'll go with some spray adhesive. I've used it in the past and well, to be fair, you can bond anything with this, so we'll see how that's gonna go. But again, I'm not too worried about the foil coming off, as you know, I'm recording videos for you guys, and having a massive silver plate there reflecting all the light, I don't think the quality of the videos would be actually good at all. So I'm also gonna be using some hardboard. I've went for this. It's only 3mm thick. It's fairly flexible. And it's cheap, and that's what we want. The foil itself costed me 24 British pounds from Wickes, so again it's, you know, fairly good value for money, hopefully. So as we still wait for that hour to pass, I'm actually going to wash the garage doors. I'm not going to show you that, you know, it's fairly boring, isn't it really? I'm going to be using some warm soapy water just to wash it, clean it, make sure it's nice and clean for when we're going to be applying the adhesive and then the foil itself. So I'll see you in an hour's time. Right, and so the 1 hour with no heating has passed, so temperature check. So as you see, it actually went down by 2 degrees to the initial temperature, which is outside, and now it's back inside. So as you can see, the temperature actually disappeared within an hour. We're back to square one. So now it's time to insulate the garage doors and see if that will make any difference. Right then, so I've cleaned the garage doors. As you can see, I've probably not seen them that clean ever. Thinking about it, I haven't. Right, so the next step, what I'm going to try to do anyway, try to deassemble them a little bit. So I'm going to try to take the supports, whatever they are. I think actually for the locking mechanism, so I'm going to try to take these off. And I've got some beams that go across the doors. I'll see if I can remove them. That would make my life a lot easier. Obviously your doors may be totally different, so this is basically an example and a test. So let's get to it. The doors are now ready, so let's put the thermal wrap on. The thermal wrap is very easy to work with. As you know, it's quite thin and flexible, so it's easy to cut to the right size. I only needed a piece to go between the pillars of the doors there, so obviously I'll cut all my pieces to the right sizes and we'll glue them on now. Right, so that went on really easily, no issues whatsoever, and it's actually sticking to the doors with no problem. So I'll carry on with the rest of the panels. So as you've seen, the process is absolutely dead simple. The spray adhesive works just fine. The thermal wrap is just sticking to the doors, no issues whatsoever. So basically at the minute we've got a NASA look of my garage doors. It looks like from some sort of a spaceship. So we need to sort that out because this is supposed to be a workshop, not a spaceship. Let's sort this out. It's time for a bit of fun with the circular saw. As you can see, I'm just ripping down the boards to the correct sizes. Right, I cut all my panels to the correct sizes. Unfortunately, the panels I had were not wide enough So I had to do a very thin offcuts like that, and then they were not been high enough, so I had to make one for the top as well. But you know, hopefully it will still look okay, so let's whack it on. A bit more tricky with the middle panel because obviously we've got the locking mechanism here. So basically I divided it in half, and then I've cut the slot for the handle itself for the locking mechanism. So as you can see, that aspect of insulating the doors and well, at least they look a lot better in my opinion. That's now behind us, but obviously, you know, the panels themselves, the hardboards are fairly wobbly and, you know, they're going to fall out. So how are we going to secure them? Well, I'm actually very lucky with these doors because I've got some metal T-slots in here, like metal lips. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some, well, piece of pine basically to wedge the boards like that. So as you can see, the process went fairly simple and fairly straightforward, and well, they're not going absolutely anywhere. To secure the beams further, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill some holes in the metal lip there and secure it with some screws. I'm not going to do it now, unfortunately I don't have a drill bit for metal basically, but that will come in the future and I'll sort that out just to make sure it's fully secured. Obviously it would be far better if I had panels big enough that would actually go on each piece of the door rather than cut it from, you know, a couple of parts together. But I like the way it came out. It's not looking too bad at all, and I've got a few more ideas how I can actually utilize the space on the doors now. So make sure to subscribe to my channel because there will be some additional videos coming about improving the doors later on. But now it's the time for the big test. Let's turn on the heater. 1 hour on the clock, but thanks to the magic of YouTube, I'll see you in a split second. And we're back. Temperature check. Well, I wasn't expecting that result. It's 16, nearly 17 degrees. So the difference is actually fairly big, from 10 degrees to nearly 17 degrees. Tell you what, I can work in these conditions. But will the insulation help to keep the temperature for 1 hour with no heating? Let's check it out. Not bad at all, 15.9 Celsius. So this is an absolutely game changer for me, and I have to say I actually do feel the difference in temperature in my garage. So obviously this is not a scientific way of measuring if the insulation actually made an impact or not. From my perspective, I can actually feel it, yes it did. But what's the percentage and how much will probably vary from, you know, country to country, different regions. Humidity obviously has got a massive part on it as well. And to be absolutely honest with you, I've started this video at 8 o'clock in the morning and now it's probably about 10 o'clock at night. So that was a long day. From my perspective though, this worked 100%. So I am very pleased with it. There's still much to do though. Obviously the draft is still probably going to come through the top and through the bottom, so you know, further additions to the door to make sure the draft is not coming through, that will probably help. I was quite lucky today, it wasn't a windy day, so I didn't have much of a draft in the garage. I would imagine if the wind was a sufficient one, as it usually is, the heat would disappear in a matter of few minutes when the heating is off. But that's another thing I'm going to improve on the garage doors, and that's one more thing for you guys to actually consider in your garage. So sometimes you actually don't have to do a lot. You don't have to put a insulation on your garage doors, sometimes it's just the wind trap at the bottom, at the top of your doors, and that will you know, help you a lot with preserving that heat in your workshop. So that's another improvement to my workshop. If you haven't seen, I've actually changed the lights as well. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave the link down below, and I'll try to link it up here as well so you can check it out. So that's number 2 for this year. Obviously there's more improvements to my shop coming over the course of the whole year, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next week on my next project and my next woodworking adventure. Till then, take care.